Hey guys, it's Miss Brown. We are back today with lesson 3 of our 5-day sequence of lessons. Today's lesson is going to be super fun. You're going to get to find out about a couple of things that are pretty interesting, kind of like an investigator, like a criminal investigator. We're going to really dive deep into some little pieces of information that really might go unlooked or unseen, like unheard of. These are some details inside of this lesson that are pretty bizarre, honestly, that might be unheard of to the public, because what you see is not always what you get. So we're going to learn about this today. I'm super excited. I hope that your research has been going good. I hope that you've had a pleasant time with everything, and that you've been able to use your resources successfully, and that you found out some great information to include on your teaching posters. I'm so excited to go along with today. I'm excited to share with you my teaching poster at the end of the week. But without further ado, let's go ahead and jump into the lesson. So, before we start with new information, let's go ahead and go over what we've already learned. So, on day 1, we went over, lesson 1, we went over finding out just what the Statue of Liberty is. We looked at a couple of pictures. We looked at this picture, and we found out the name, Statue of Liberty. We found out who built the Statue of Liberty, when she got to America, how she got to America. We found out all of these cool pieces of information. Yesterday, we found out about this photo and about how this is actually only one statue. There are not 2 different statues. And we learned about the process of oxidation, which is a weathering process where the moisture in the air from the water and the wind mix together to create this type of weathering process on copper. So it caused the copper Statue of Liberty and its brown color to turn to a bluish green color after about 30 to 35 years. We found out that a layer of copper carbonate called patina is covering the Statue of Liberty now, protecting it as like a protective layer or outer shell to protect the copper. So we learned about that. We learned about how whenever it was brought over, it was a brown color, and it stayed that color for a long time, but it did after about 30 to 35 years, it changed to this blue color through oxidation, and the layer of patina covered it. We also found out about the layer of copper that's on the outside of the Statue of Liberty is only as thick as 2 pennies. We learned that there is enough copper on the entire Statue of Liberty to make 30 million pennies. That is so much. Oh my goodness. So we learned a bunch of neat facts yesterday. I hope that you kind of watched as I picked out this information and kind of got an idea of what I might put on my teaching poster so you can know what to put on yours. I'm excited to construct it with you guys. All right, so today, just as yesterday we found out some interesting stuff, or the last lesson, we're going to find out some interesting stuff today. So I want to show you 2 images. They're both of the same Statue of Liberty, just more close up. Here's this one. So this is actually the same image as what we looked at on lesson 1, but it's only this part. So this is showing the top of the Statue of Liberty. And then we've got this image. Now, what these 2 images are is they're what the statue is holding in her hands. And I'm really wanting to know about both of these. I know we mentioned in lesson 1 that we noticed that the Statue of Liberty was holding is holding a torch. And we mentioned that we thought it was a torch. We put that on what we think that we know. we learned a lot about what liberty means and all these kind of things, but we never really went into detail about this, and we never even looked at this. If you look at the image close up of the one that we looked at on lesson 1 of the entire Statue of Liberty, you can see in her hand she is holding something, and that is this little thing right here. So I want to know what these things are. I want to know what in the world is she holding in her hand that looks like a book. What in the world does this torch mean? Because I'm not sure. I don't really understand. So what we're going to do today is we're going to once again pull out one of our charts. What is our What I Wonder and What I Learned chart. So right now we're just going to look at this side, the What I Wonder. And we're just going to kind of tack down some information in our brain that we're wondering. And we're going to put it down on our chart. So if we look at this first image, what is this? What is this? I'm kind of thinking that it might be like maybe a book. Maybe a book. So, but I'm not really sure. I'm not sure what that is. So I'm going to ask, what is it? What is this? Is this a tablet? It might be a tablet. And I noticed that there are some words on the tablet, but I don't know what those words are. So that's what I'm going to put on my What I Wonder. I wonder what is she holding in her hand, and what do the words mean that's on it? So that's what I'm going to put on my chart. What do the words on the tablet mean, and what is that tablet? Okay, so there's this. There's our question concerning this. There really aren't a lot of questions that we can ask concerning this right here other than what is it? What is this? What in the world is it? Is this a tablet? Does this have a date on it? Does it say words? And you really can't make out what the words actually are. So we're gonna put that aside and we'll come back to it. Then I want to take this piece and I want to look at it and I want to say, I want to find out what this means. I want to find out why she's holding a torch. Why is the Statue of Liberty holding a torch? I don't understand. So I'm going to ask that. Why is the Statue of Liberty holding a fire torch? Because I feel like with things like this, with these national landmarks, that everything that was built on the statue must have some type of deep meaning. And that's what we're really looking for. We're looking for the meaning behind these symbols. We've got a tablet in her hand with a date on it, maybe, or some words. We've got her holding a torch that has fire from the top, or what looks to be fire coming from the top. And I don't understand what those words mean and what those symbols mean, and I want to know, because in order for me to be an expert on this topic, I have to know as much information about the subject as a whole. I can't just know bits and pieces. I need to know everything about it that I can possibly know. So I need to know why she's holding that torch. What is it? Is it a torch? And if it is, why is she holding it? So then I want to go and I want to kind of look at this again. This might be something that kind of goes unrecognized. What is that? That's a crown. Have we read anything about the Statue of Liberty being a queen or a princess or royalty? Not that I recall. I wonder if the Statue of Liberty is meant to represent royalty or a queen or a princess, like I've said. What is that crown for? In the United States, we don't have queens and princesses and princes and kings. We have a president. We have government. We have president. We have the vice president. We have the first lady, the governors, and so on and so forth. But we don't have queens and kings and princes and princesses. So what can that crown represent? Why is she wearing a crown? So I want to add that on to my question. Why is the Statue of Liberty wearing a crown? Okay, I wonder. Okay, and then One last question that I have concerning the Statue of Liberty goes back to this picture. And what I'm about to point out is in all of the photos. But why is she wearing a robe? It looks as if this might be a robe or a dress or a sash, but you can really tell the detail that is given in the photos. Whoever it was, well, Frederick Bartholdi, whenever he designed the Statue of Liberty and started to choose her crown and the things she was holding in her hand and what she was wearing, there must be some significance behind that. He must have made her wear a robe of such for a certain reason. So we want to find out why. Why is she wearing this robe? Why does it look like that? See, there you can see the original. Why does it look like that? Is it because of the time that it was made? Is there a significance to it? We're going to find out these things. So, I'm going to add to my what I wonder. Why is the statue wearing a robe? So right now we've got 4 questions that we need to answer. And I'm going to go ahead and cut to part 2. But I want you to kind of keep these things on your brain as we're transitioning. And then we're going to dive into a piece of information to find out. Okay, bye. See you in part 2.